Alrighty. Voron, welcome aboard. Yamazanadu, welcome aboard. Pikachu, welcome aboard. We've got a new title theme. Though because I was waiting to start, we were actually just catching the end of it. This new theme slaps. Make it slap slightly more quietly. This is the first time that I've booted up the game, so this is my first time hearing this theme. So yes, I'm a little distracted. A three-fingered slap instead of the full broadhand. So, how's everybody doing today? I have been out longer than I intended to. I wanted to start this a couple hours ago, but I was running around. So diving straight in or gonna check changes? I have checked 0 changes. We're gonna dive right in. And I've been wanting to try Muspelheim, the Sons of Fire. Far away in the frozen lands of the Jotuns lies a vast valley of fire and ash. This is Muspelheim, a gloomy land lit by streams of lava. The acrid air is thick with soot and glowing embers, and the skies are dark and covered in clouds of smoke and sulfur. From the fires of Muspelheim, primordial giants once emerged, and now their descendants make the Valley of Fire and Ash their home. The Muspel giants have allied themselves with Jotuns of the surrounding lands, and most of the population is of Jotun stock. But in the ashen fields of Muspelheim, descendants of the first fire giants still live. The Jotuns in general prefer cold climates, but the Jotuns in Muspelheim are resistant to fire, and do not suffer from the extreme heat of their ancestral home. You've been trying out Pyrene? Been a bit of a morning of labor? Yeah, you were just waking up and getting ready for work when I was finishing the Dom6 stream, right? The Muspeldotir. Fire, air, death. With a chance of astral. Not sacred. The Muspeldotir is a Jotun sorceress, with skin like charcoal and eyes like burning embers. They are descendants of the Muspel giants and follow another tradition than the Gijas of the Frozen Lands. They have only rudimentary skills in Seath, but can channel the fiery power of Muspelheim. While the oldest and mightiest of the Muspel Gijas rarely leave Muspelheim, the Muspeldotir serve their lords as envoys and counselors to the Jotun Jarls of the Frozen Lands, as carriers of their masters' will, and their influence has gradually come to outgrow the Jotun Gijas. Look, we've got fancy pictures for all of the stats, which actually makes it a lot easier to pick out where things like map move are. Started the day with volunteering at the local elder care home and accepting delivery of goods, and then distributing. You helped out the local organization with disassembling something that took 3 hours, good lord. The icons are surprisingly relevant, yes. Oh, we have Death, Glamour Blood, with a chance of a bunch of other stuff. Gijas are ancient Jotun hags. Over the centuries, they have grown in might and malice. The Gija of the Frozen Lands are skilled in the dark witchcraft known as Seath, and they can foretell the future. Seath is a magic forbidden to men and only used by female Jotun. The Gijas of Muspelheim have found themselves increasingly replaced by the Muspeldotir, which has led to some resentment between the two groups. They're now less influential than their sisters in Niflheim, but since their skill in Seath is far superior to that of the Muspeldaughters, their influence is still considerable. Their masters are not interested in reawakening the Rimtursa, and the Gieges of Muspelheim have sworn not to call the Illwinter. Yeah, no Illwinter for us. Alderain, welcome aboard. Rise, my disciple. Jotun Jarl does exactly as the Jotun Jarl do. Jotun Goad, exactly as expected. So we have the Muspelhess, fire resistant 15. Jotunhurst Muspelhess. Recruited in all forts, can only be recruited in the capital. So hold on. We gotta compare these guys. They're both Hearse. 36 hit points. 36 hit points. 7, 13, 14. 12, 13. Okay, so these guys are very, very slightly better. 12, 14, 12, 16. Alright, so the Muspelhurst is a little bit better. And you're paying about... Oh dear. You're actually paying 75 more gold for the Muspelhurst. They do have Snow Move and Wasteland Survival. No Wasteland Survival on this boy. Cold Resistant. Fire Resistant. The Muspelhurst can lead more men too. Yeah, 100 versus 75. Most of the Jotuns living in Muspelheim are descendant of the Muspel giants. Like the Jotuns of the Frozen Lands, they are not nearly as powerful as their ancestors. There are no Jarls among the lesser Jotuns of Muspelheim, only Hearses. These are local chiefs of the lesser Jotuns of Muspelheim. They often command their own personal guard of Huskarls, but sometimes lead armies when no Muspel Jarl is present. The Hearse is a religious leader in his own household, and coming from Muspelheim proper, has greater religious authority than the Hearses of the Frozen Lands. Despite still only being a level 1 priest. Oh, yeah. The Jotun Hearse is sacred, but he's not actually a priest either. Then we have the Muspel God, level 2 priest with fire magic. Versus level 2 priest with no magic at all. Okay. Then the Muspel Giga. 2 fire, 1 air. Again, a chance of astral. The Muspel Giga is an old Jotun hag with skin like charcoal and eyes of burning embers. The Gijor, in general, are Jotun hags, adept at the dark art of Seath, who serve the Jotun Jarls with their foresight and advice. Muspel Gigior, descendants of the Muspel giants, are of another tradition and only have rudimentary skills in Seath. Instead, they command the fire and flames of their fiery home. Their skills in fire magic is only rivaled by the anathemants of Abyssia and the Muspel Jarls themselves. Barbecue Gidja? Yep. Glamour is also pretty fun. It's a good way to end friendships. And, of course, these guys. We're definitely going to see what has happened with the Bless. I've heard that Bless has been nerfed a bit. But, I mean, we've played with Nifl Jarls. We've got to go with Muspel Jarls this time. They've got Death, so that means they get access to Soul Vortex. They don't get access to any Glamour. Interesting. What is this? Sacred. Costs 2 holy points to recruit. I see. Firepower, Wasteland Survival. Soul Vortex, Miststorm, Phoenix Fire. The Super Combatant Suite. They're missing the defense buffs, though. I mean, they have got Mist Form and Soul Vortex, but they don't have access to Earth or Water, which gives them some very important defensive buffs. Size 9, meaning these are some very, very large lads. You can still fit a goblin, or actually no, you can't fit a goblin, those are size 2. We'll have to see if we can find anything size 1 to jam in there. Kaji, welcome aboard. How you doing today? 67 hit points. I don't remember how that compares to an evil Jarl. The question is not about glamour. Also, no ice armor. They do have the heat aura, though. You could fit a hobbit that's been hit with a gnome slap attack. But what about wind air have to compensate? All the buff going to glamour. They do come with a flame blade. Alright, so they come with a built-in firebrand. That's amazing. Charge shield is fine. Scale Halberg is... Scale Halberg is... Yeah, we need to get something better on them. Hold on, guys. You guys need to picture a size 9 Muspel giant clad in full black plate armor. With smoke billowing from, like, the visor and all the cracks and crevices in the armor. That would look amazing. Scouts. Okay, then. Muspel Haskell. Kill them all, yes. So, we've got javelins and spears. 40 gold apiece. Muspel Herdman. 36 hit points, 34 hit points. These guys are better armored, but they've only got a broadsword. I'm actually thinking Muspel Huskurls are the way to go. So we've got Muspelheim. Yes. So that's fire and air per turn. The Rift of Sete increases heat by a maximum of 7. Oh yeah, they increased the... they increased the range. Scales and Blesses, cold limit +1. So we can go very cold if we want. Builds giant force. Capital reduces heat scale deaths by 2 steps. Other forts reduce cold scale deaths. Cold resisted prefers cold scale 2. Home province prefers heat 3. But yeah, the idea of this thing the size of a redwood tree clad entirely in armor with smoldering coming out of the helmet is certainly a picture, yes. So it says by up to 7. So I'm assuming if we just go like cold 2 or 3, everything should be fine. Alright, what kind of god do we make? This is a really poor selection. Let's see, we've got the Bog Mummy available. Dominion Strength 2. Death Scale Limit 1. Death and Blood. We can always go for the good old Scratty. If you hit the tab button on the chassis overview screen, you can see all their paths and scales. Oh, I see. Ah, okay, that's handy. Dragon, dragon, dragon. Oh, this dragon's cheaper. Will you be a benevolent god or a malevolent one? I am of generally benevolent disposition. This is Dominion's all gods are malevolent. Now picture a Muspel giant's groin region, and likely the fire nut hair. No. I refuse. Fire Dragon is also cheap. Like primordial force. Also, this guy is new. The Sacred Geyser. Who's 20 points cheaper. We would get Water and Fire Bless. Inept Smith. Idol of Sorcery, also an Inept Smith is new. That's bad. Let's see. The Monolith is the classic to go to. Think you can hit the B key when you've selected the Pretender to see all the potential blessings. Look, we're still deciding what blessing we want. Keeper of the Bridge. I guess the question is, do we want... What kind of bless do we want? I mean, they are giants, so you're generally pushed into nature magic for the regen. You've seen a few god chassis that come with a special sight. Let's see, is there a... The Son of Fenrir is nature water. We could do something stupid like regenerating quickness. Like, what do our Muspel boys really need? The Monolith. Idol of Sorcery. Oh yeah, how many of these gods are rocking glamour? The Great Enchantress is now a glamour mage. No Glamour Dragon, so Glamrock Dragons are out. Yeah, not too many Glamour gods. Son of Fenrir, Doombless. Well, the doggo is much cheaper. So we need 9 bless points and 1 magic. So we start at the default 2, we'll go down to -3. Can we take a hit to sloth? Misfortune, sloth. We have 5 bless points left. We need 4 more. How much would that go? What is under here? Heroism. Sacred units will gain 50% more experience. All stealthy sacred units move with exceptional stealth. The stealth value of sneaking is increased. I see. Blessed units become blurred and difficult to see and attack. Attacking units have their attack skill reduced by 2. Attackers with true sight or spirit sight ignore it. Interesting. All sacred units are stealthy. Ah yes, the stealthy fire giant build. There's a crystal god that comes with a special sight that is available to only Pyrene. Oh yeah, is Blood Surge is still here. Blood Surge is always good. Dread versus Fear. Dread is Fear +5. True Sight negates. Fear is just Fear 5. Only costs 7 bless points versus 8 death points. So yeah, it's very hard to get both quickness and regeneration. From what you heard from Lucid Tactics, vampiric weapons is pointless if you're one-shotting things. Note to self, always take true sight now. Hilarious, that moment you've got something the size of a redwood tree that's as quiet as a mouse. Just imagine randomly walking into a tree you could have sworn wasn't there a moment ago, and then you notice it is odd looking, and then you look up to see the grinning face of it. From what you heard... Okay, I already read that. So yeah, quickness regen is just not on the table. We would have to go dormant and tank our scales some more. And remember, we only have 2 Dominion, which means 1 Muspel Giant. Yes, I pressed B, see? Vitriol weapons. I mean, we already have magic weapons, so we don't really need to worry about that. Can I have Chill Aura on my Fire Aura boys? And hit them with simultaneous cold and heat stun? Because that would be silly. +1 defense skill. I think they nerfed stats. Heat Aura and Cold Aura are stacked in Dom 5, but this
is not Dom5. Swiftness costs 4 points instead of 3 now. Weightlessness. Blessed units and their equipment become weightless. They ignore the weight of heavy armor, as well as gaining the floating trait. Encumbrance from armor is halved, but still, spellcasting is still difficult. Mounts with weightless riders will not receive the encumbrance penalty of having a rider. Vitriol weapons look new, yep. That's Acid Bless for your weapons. Windwalker. Map move +6. That's a very specific bonus. Unbearable Splendor. Blessed units are surrounded by an aura of unbearable splendor. Anyone trying to strike them must pass an MR check or be permanently blinded. Yeah, forget. Costs 12 bless points and must be at least fire 8. That's a pretty ridiculous one. It's always stacking the heat aura. Righteous Wrath. Blessed units will become filled with Righteous Fury if another Sacred unit is killed in its vicinity. Range 2. The Furious one will get increased strength and attack skill and morale. 3 attack, 3 strength, 6 morale. Inspirational Presence. +1 inspirational, +50 leadership. Sacred commanders that normally cannot lead units will not gain any leadership. And of course, attack skill. I mean, do I want the defense skill? The thing with things like giant super combatants is that they're going to get surrounded and harassed down real damn quick. I think I would actually rather something like Resilience of the Earth, Hard Skin for that 5 natural protection. We could always get larger. All sacred units of size 9 or less will be large, so we'll have size 10 giants. They get 30% extra hit points, 3 strength, -1 defense, 2 map move. We've got, what was it, 63 or 67 health, plus 30%. Combined with regeneration. 30% extra health on your giants is pretty relevant. Ah yes, even larger giants. That would cost 7 bless points. Hold on, let's, we're not gonna be able to pick the doggo. How about the rock? There we go. There we go. We are now larger. And we have to put a little bit into astral magic just to balance everything out. We have no bless points. I mean, magic resistance. I think that's about as good as we can get. We have natural fire resistance on our boys. Oh, looks like Barkskin got a little bit of a buff. So the... wait. Sparkling seems very difficult damage. Natural protection. I see no... Oh! You don't get the fire vulnerability from this anymore, it looks like. It's Render, welcome aboard! How you doing today? RCL, welcome aboard! How y'all doing today? Here, have a shout out. W Slayer, welcome aboard! How y'all doing today? I guess they made Barkskin better. Oh, not too shabby. I was out a little longer than I'd have liked to. I wanted to get this started sooner, but hey. Your taxes are complete. I'm so sorry. The NV is certainly interesting. The spell still have it. Just taking a look at some of the things that are available to me. I'm diving in. Can you turn the music down by chance? I could. Oh, let's see. There we go. That should be a little better. You're getting nearly 1K back, so you're not complaining. Ah, yes, you're having your stolen money returned to you. Fantastic. Alright. Back to create Pretender God, early age, Muspelheim. Get the rock. 7, 4, 4. Get the regen. Get the larger, even though it's not necessarily the efficient choice. What's that between blood and nature? Is that new? Yes, it is. This is the new magic path, new plant. Also, welcome aboard. This is the School of Glamour, which is the vampiric school that stole most of Air Magic's good spells. And they also stole the Luck Bless. And you can get Obfuscate to get Stealthy Giants. All sacred units become stealthy. It's very interesting, and probably going to have a lot of banned spells in multiplayer. They also stole Fire's Awe effect. Awe would be pretty damn good to have. Though Fire did get Unbearable Splendor, which magic resist negates inflict blind on attack, so it's like having the Eye Shield. You don't think the Dom multi-community has ever banned any spell? If they don't like you casting a spell, they just kill you. As it should be. Imagine regenerating Blood Bond on these boys. Blood Surge. Enchanted Blood. Blessed unit regenerates 0.5 hit point each round and gains magic resistance. Profuse bleeding will instantly stop. That's an interesting one. Flaming Phoenix, welcome aboard. How you doing today? The idea of people collectively going, yo, this guy blows for that, kill him. They banned testicular torsion. No, that just got countered with men butt crack. Alright, I got a... I've got to decide how I want to go about this, because we're down a lot of points. We could simply just go the first year without the regeneration bless kicking in, and go dormant. I guess we can tank one more cold scale, get 2 more points of dominion, and that gives me 2 scales to play with. Maybe Fortune 1. You've never played any of these. Saw it in your stream. Steam Discover today. Thought it looked cool. Trying to learn more before buying. Well, I can give you a brief overview of how the game generally plays. Of course, this is the new game, so I'm not entirely sure how drastically it's been changed. Look, if you've got a good community, then anyone trying to pull something overpowered or cheesy will try on it. Everyone in the game at once. Yeah. Magic 1? We could Magic 1. So what we're doing right now is we're designing our god, the god of Muspelheim. The first thing you do is, depending on your nation, you get to pick from a number of chassis. This is the body of your god, or your self-insert, depending on how you're feeling that day. They're divided generally by their size and how much dominion score they start with. So you've got your mortals that are aspiring to godhood down at the bottom. They tend to be tiny and cheap, and they can learn lots of magic. Then you go up to your divine beasts, or in this case, Ghost King and Master Lich. They're classed as divine beasts. These are generally critters you want to start with awake, and they go and they eat their neighbors for you. Then you've got the Titan chassis, with the exception of the Demi-Lich, which is... I guess it's a Titan, sure. They're generally big humanoids. They're not gonna initially slap as hard as, say, a dragon early on, but they've got more versatile equipment possibilities, so you can gear them out as you need. And then you have the immobile statues that they're big, they're tough, they can't move without magical assistance, and they have very strong dominion. Are you a wizard? Potentially. You have redeemed lift and squat? Alright.
Doom is at hand!
Taints the magic in the world and calls horrible gribblies from beyond the void. Yes. Bro, that sounds so goofy. Which part is goofy? The horrors from beyond time and space? Or the giant immobile statue gods? Alright, starting with the lifts. 1. 2. Maddest Madman, welcome aboard. How you doing today? 5. Blood for the blood gods. Make the blood god hate everyone, even slightly magical. Quantavius Dingleberry, Jamie Quavier, Quandale III. Yes. Alright, 10. Moving on to squats. 1. The horrors from beyond the veil of time, blowing up wizards, so all wizards come to blow you up. Yes. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. There we go. That's the squats. Lifts out of the way. You started Niedervanger. It's quite alright. Not too many national spells, though. Oh, I have to reselect all this. So, going back to god creation. The magical paths of your god give you bless points. Now, previously, they only gave you bless points in their respective path, but they've kind of softened it up a little bit. So now you just have a general bless point pool, and you have to have certain minimum magical requirements to get those blesses. So my giants are going to be very large and regenerating, is what I've purchased. And my god, once it wakes up, will have these magic paths in order to, cast magic and whatnot. I can get extra magic paths, but it has a rather high cost of entry. After that, you've got your actual dominion. This is the effects of living in your world. First off is your dominion strength, how strong your faith spreads and how fast your influence spreads. And then you have the actual scales. So is your land brutally cold? Is your land a lucky one to live in? Is it saturated with magic, or is it a dull, barren hellscape? Are the people productive, or are they incredibly lazy, and so on and so forth? New max scale is 2, unless you have extra bonuses. It surprised you. I did something wrong here. I know what I did wrong. There we go. So I can get one more extra scale. I've got to decide what scale I want it to be. I could make it magic. Magic will mean my mages research better, and they have an easier times casting spells. Problem is that we're a giant nation, so our research is kind of bad. Our mages that do the research are very big and very expensive, and hiring them sucks. Scales are +2, -2, and certain modifiers can shift that either way. You can imagine someone speedrunning spells like Astral Corruption in a multiplayer game and then just dying. Yeah, that can happen. Thinking is difficult. Living in a no-magic land just causes brain damage? Yes. Astral Corruption puts a target on your back? Yeah. People who think about putting Astral Corruption up are already in a position where they might win the game. And they're doing that to just drive the nail in the coffin of the last few people who are around to oppose them. You don't put Astral Corruption up early. You don't put Nexus up early either. Neurons don't transmit electricity, they transmit magic. When there's less magic, your neurons are less efficient. Make a tiny angry gremlin army and name the god Runa. I already did that, RCL. I did a Vettiheim run. Now that you research level 9s independently too. I haven't gotten that far yet. I heard they messed with that. So, do I want better income? Or do I want slightly better research? Jamolism, welcome aboard. How's the learning curve on this game? It looks hard. There is a lot to learn about this game. I just finished explaining Pretender God creation in a limited fashion. If you like, I can go over it once more. But we'll be starting a brand new game, so you can see how it generally goes. It's in the world settings under legendary spells. So I'm just deciding what I want my last 40 points to go into. So there's the Order Turmoil scale. More order means less random events. It also means I'll be able to recruit more people. We are giants, so we're not going to be recruiting too many people, so I don't think Order 1 is necessarily required. You do get a little bit of extra income. You get 3% income per point of order. And point of productivity. Productivity also give me extra resources, which is the stuff you use to arm your units. You recommend playing in a nation that's limited in magic to begin with. That's the AI will use mages a lot more. I mean, personally, one of my favorite nations is Ulm in all ages, but Middle Age Ulm in particular has very limited magical options. So you can kind of just dedicate, and you have very solid human troops that can just blender things for you. And you don't have to worry too hard about your Pretender God creation and all that. We have one design point left over, which is as close to perfect as you can usually get. I think only once or twice before, have I ever created a Pretender that used all design points.
Timosh Kartoshaks. Cause magic is forbidden.
Look, I played multiplayer Dominions back in the day, and I only ever won one game. And when I won that game, I stopped playing multiplayer Dominions. I won, as far as I was concerned. Early age Ulm units are a little on the soft side. You have never played multiplayer. I recommend blitzes rather than full-fledged games. Because when everyone is on a timer, there's less time for everyone to try hard. Other than, of course, slapping a Hellbless on everything. You've never played at all. Well, you should change that. Because Dominions is very much what I would consider a forever game. If you were to, say, be locked into the pits of hell or in a magical tower and you only get to pick one game to bring with you, Dominions is definitely one of the games that brings enough to it that you can sit there and play that for a few hundred years. Playing Ulm without giant strength and steel legions. Well, you can still get it, it's just harder. Look at it this way. You may not have as much giant strength and steel legions, but you do have protection spam everywhere. Dominions and Dwarf Fortress, and a chessboard. Looks like a paradox learning curve. Anyways, we're gonna start the game. You know, we're gonna bring back your growing to-do list. That is our god. The monolith known as your growing to-do list. With random capitals. So there we go, we've created a god. Now we're going to go over to create world. We do have... Okay. This is new. So we can actually choose how the generator is going to generate the world. There is a quest of efficiency that is not evident. You can just smash. We could have the donut world. The rim world. And there is now an underground layer. This is totally new. So we'll be able to choose small caves, the 1 cave, 2 cave. Well, I mean, we could have double donut land. The new music is intense. Yes, I like it. Let's go for the double donut. Enable rivers, ignore... Yes. Enable east, west, and north-south wraparound. Medium game, sure. Enter game name. Spicy Boys. Early age. So, there are 3 ages in Dominions. The early, middle, and late era, which are generally defined by the amount of magic and population. The early ages are very high magic. There'll be a lot of magical gems and gem sites, but the populations are generally lower, which means less gold to go around. And then it kind of reverses as you get into the late eras, where the populations get bigger, there's more gold to throw around, but magic is harder to come by. And things like steel armor and crossbows become much more common. Muspelheim is EA, if you recall. Correct. I'm just kind of giving an overview, since there are a few people who have not played the game yet. Each era is also defined by having its own list of nations to play. Some nations endure throughout the eras and change over time. Some die off. The early age is, in fact, defined by a lot of big dudes. There's a lot more mythological creatures and stuff running around in the early age. As opposed to the late age, where all of the magical critters have died off, and all that's left are humans committing blood sacrifice to their heathen demon gods. You wonder how the Middle A Thunderdome is balanced now. We'll find out. Anyways, we are going to go with Muspelheim, the Sons of Fire. A bunch of AI, that's fine. Normal AI, I wonder what that consists of. AI type, random. Just make standard AI. So we... Huh? I'm confused. So in Dominions 5, there's usually a button here saying load pretender god, so I can just call up the god that I just made. It's not here anymore, and I'm kind of confused. Yeah, for some reason the create a pretender thing only seems to be for multiplayer matches. That perplexed you as well. I feel like this is an oversight. Oh, well, we know what we made. So we'll just remake it real quick. This is not a serious attempt. So unlock. I think I'm on productivity. You can't control L? Let's see, control L? Okay, control L does work. They just didn't include the button for some reason. So if you know the hotkey, great. It still works just fine. If you don't know the hotkey, like me, you're gonna be out of luck. Alright, all praise your growing to-do list. For some reason, renaming aloud is off by default. I don't know why. That allows us to rename our troops. Random starting research is fine. Limited legendary spell research. With this limit enabled, you will only research one level 9 spell each time. This makes it much more demanding to research all the level 9 spells. I wonder how they reworked the spells, because if you can now only research individual spells, that means that they need to make all of the spells worth researching, or there's just going to be spells you never see, ever. Artifact Yearning Chance. Artifact Yearning Chance indicates the chance each month for a new Yearning artifact to appear. The Yearning artifact will not start until someone has researched Construction 9, or made something that will increase the Yearning rate. I have no idea what that means, it's new. Indicates the maximum number of mercenaries that can be active, Hall of Fame. Diplomacy is binding. Formal diplomacy is binding, and non-aggressive pacts cannot be broken without proper warning in advance. Interesting. We'll have minor story events enabled. Thrones! So there's basically two ways to win the game. One is to wipe out all of your opponents, and the other is to score a throne victory. There will be certain provinces that are heavily defended, and they have thrones on them. And depending on the strength of the throne, they'll be worth 1, 2, or 3 points. And once you get enough points to reach whatever your arbitrary setting is, you win the game. You have attained the power to become Pantocrator. Yearning is unique artifacts that want to be made, half cost. Interesting. So let's remove 2 of the level 1 thrones, and we'll put in 2 level 2 thrones. So this means, theoretically, if you capture both the level 2 thrones and 2 of the level 1 thrones, you will win the game. Or, You can get 4 level 1 thrones and 1 level 2 throne. For a total of 5 thrones. This just means you shouldn't need to conquer the entire world. Maybe we'll just do 3 for 3. Maybe you only need 3 thrones to win. You sped right through construction for that. That sounds like it's just a buff to construction, because as far as I was aware, a lot of people considered going for legendary construction being pretty detrimental. Because an artifact is one item that goes on one guy in battle versus having whatever powerful battlefield-wide spells are available. Alright, let's generate the donut world. You wanted to know what it did, so that's what it did. Welcome to Donut Park. I mean, it's a nice little bonus if you can start getting artifacts for cheap. In the beginning, there was chaos. Now the wheel has turned once again. The depths of Dago. Okay, so there is an entrance to the underworld. Gateway to another plane. UI is definitely different. We see exactly what our gem income is. The Mountains of Mist. Temiglia. So we've got Andre, that is our scout. Any percent underworld? Sure, that won't be harmful. Unknown destination. Alright, Andre is just going to plains and river, island and plain. So this is a little annoying. These two provinces are being blocked by rivers. And we're probably never going to get to freeze the rivers, even with our cold dominion, because Muspelheim is permanently hot. So if we want to get over here, I'm going to have to wait till my dominion spreads to both of these provinces and cools it off enough that the river freezes and we can cross. So effectively, Temiglia and the Mountains of Mist are my only potential places to go. Plains usually are worth more gold, so we're going to sneak over into Temiglia with my sneaky boy. We're going to see what's in there. And we have beer. We're gonna make beer our profit. Alright, so. Which button is gonna let me recruit my boys? Read messages, send messages, overview, score graph, Hall of Fame, Pretenders of the World. There is research, magic item treasury, and overview, Thrones of Ascension, options, and turn, no thank you. Army setup. There's my boys. Recruit. It will cost me 700 gold to get a single Muspeljarl. You could very much set it to where you have more required ascension points than you have thrones, and it'll just conquer them all with thrones in the world. Is it possible to evaporate a river? Not as far as I know. Maybe they added it with heat scales now, but as far as I know, you can't get rid of a river. Now, there is terraforming now in the game, And again, I don't know how far that extends. So our Dotiers have 13 research, and that's probably about as good as it's gonna get. Mist to Lost Canyon is possible, but he needs freezing scales to spread there.
Let's discover together. You're doing Phlegra right this second.
So I could get a pair of Moospill Giants to expand with. Unfortunately, they would not be benefiting from the regeneration buff. So I think for now, we're going to rely... You've been craving these Communion Giants. You could just recruit Elder Cyclops too. From the cough, I see you still have made a curing elixir. I'm much better than I was previously. It's just a little something that's been endearing. Also, Cyborg Stella, welcome aboard. How are you doing today? 33 resources. It is rough living in a well of pestilence. Yes, cities are terrible. I kind of want to get a Moospell Giant. That kind of leaves me out for a turn. But having a Moospell Giant mixed in with my boys will mean that, well, we have a firebrand. And firebrands are very nice. Got chores before you try to play Dom6? Yeah, I'm starting as late as I am because I got my running around for the day done. What size the giant? Moospell Giants are size 9. However, I have the Enlarge Bless, so they are in fact size 10, 87 hit point monsters. Yes, they are in fact the maximum size possible. I cannot afford a second Moospell Giant, so I guess we'll just add an extra Herdman onto there. Or Huskarl, sorry. That's quite a big Chungus, correct. Next up, research. Read Province Chronicles. What is this? Muspelheim is a densely populated province that is rich in taxes. The heat here is severe, and working or fighting here would be hard for those not used to the harsh climate. It would be possible to travel to Zenthra from here if it were cold enough for the water to freeze. It would be possible to travel to Lost Canyon Range from here if it were cold enough for the water to freeze. Interesting. So you can get little province descriptions. Alright, research. We started with 1 conjuration, 1 alteration, and 1 blood magic, oddly enough. So where is Mist Form? Mist Form is over here at level 4 alteration. That's something we probably want. Where is... There's Invulnerability, another good spell to have. And Soul Vortex. So, Alteration is a very important school to go down. What about Enchantment? The Shroud of Splendor. Hold on, let's double check real quick for my recruitment. These boys are Fire, Air, Death. And they can only ever have Fire, Air, Death.
Your giants are size 6 and 8. Oh, a new thing. Minimum leader size for giants. That's not new. But I believe only Makone really had to struggle with that, because the Gigantes refused to follow small people. Mad Crow, welcome aboard! How you doing today? Here, have a shout out. So, air, fire, and death enchantments. Yeah. What is in there that we might want? Levitate. Units cannot be targeted by spells like Earth Grip or Earthquake. Alright. Oddly enough, no reduction in no protection against encumbrance. Thanks for the shout-out. Going well, going well. Gamed a bit with your brother. Other than that, quiet. Bit of resting. How's Dom6 treating you? This is my first foray into Dom6. I had to do some running around today, but now I'm home, and I'm settling down with Muspelheim. The children of Surtur. Huh? Guys, this is immediately new. Level 1 enchantment gives you Strength of Giants. And it only costs 2 Earth to cast. This is a baby version of it, Area of Effect 1, but that's huge. This gives Olmish mages the ability to do things immediately. That's amazing. Okay, if we go over to number 2, what do we get? Personal Flight. Personal Flight. Level 2 enchantment. We can have flying Muspel Giants. You almost feel like the size changes made enlarge better. Now you get the strength bonus and don't immediately go down to 1 per square. Ulm is better now. Good. I love Ulm. So, yeah, we can have flying Muspel Giants. Is there anything else here I really care about? Fire Shield. Is there anything up here we might want? Earth Shatter Hammers. Blunt and slash melee attacks will stun on hit. Interesting new effect. Twiceborn, very important. Okay, so Twiceborn got nerfed a little bit. Twiceborn is much more expensive. Requires 10 death gems for a human-sized mage. Every size point apart adjusted by 3 death gems. So my size 10 boy is going to require an absolute mountain of death gems to Twiceborn. Binat Zarnemi, welcome aboard. How are you doing today? Can you react, though, a German song? Well, I won't understand it. As I do not speak the Deutsch. Alright, so there's not too much for me down enchantment right away. You need to rank it from 1 to 10. I'm ranking a new game, rather than songs currently. Let's see. Yeah, so enchantment.
1 for levitate. Animate dead, animate skeleton. Enchantment 2 for personal flight. So far I'm giving Dom6 a solid 8 on soundtrack. Let's see. So we definitely like alteration, enchantment, construction. What's in here? Have I actually been sent something? No, I haven't. You usually turn the sound off, but you keep hearing the music is good. I've already heard some pretty intense tracks on the menu. Temper armors at level 2. Area of effect 5. Plus 3 prot. Oh, okay, this is just Legions of Steel, but better. Plus 3 prot on all armor parts. Area of effect 5. All your giants undisciplined? Oh dear. The music change right now is going hard, yep. Cool, I only have to go to Construction 2 for... So what is Soldiers of Steel now? Area of effect 20. So area of effect 5 to area of effect 20, but area of effect 5 is great. I'm immediately pleased. And then Legions of Steel, which is entire battlefield. And costs 1 Earth Gem. But they do wreck house, 10 versus 64 deaths. What else is in here? Iron Dragon. Okay, none of that is new. Forge of the Ancients. And Golem Construction. So, evocation. Is anything fun in here? What are golems? They're exactly what they say on the tin, Mad Crow. It's a golem. They are, inanimate astral mages. Water golems? Where do you see water golems? You feel like AoE 5 is better than AoE 4, but not as good as AoE 6. I see what you did there. Bigger area of effect, better chances of it doing things. Are they giant-sized, though? They are very large. I don't think they're, strictly speaking, giants, though. It was a joke about the pronunciation of what... Oh, I see. Water golems. I didn't see that one. So, is there any evocations I care about immediately? Probably not. Sulfur Haze is definitely on the table for me. Oh, do we have any special spells? Summon Glossos. The caster travels to a graveyard and summons the vile sows known as Glossos and binds them to his surface. The Glosso, or Glossow, is a horrible dark boar with glowing eyes and razor-sharp bristles on its back. They live in ancient dolmens or graveyards, where they sharpen their bristles by scrubbing them against gravestones. Glossos fight by running at its target and slicing them with the bristles on its back. Yeah, for whatever reason, golems and dominions are astral mages. And they're very good at horror play, because astral magic is horror magic. And being inanimate beings, horrors take less interest in golems. Nest of Salamanders.
Caster conjures a nest of salamander asps. Salamander asps are small snakes wreathed in flames. They are sometimes found nesting in hearths or ovens. Their poison burns with the heat of the salamander. 1 fire gem required. Oh, that's nice. Is foreign fort just a fort that is not your cap? Correct. The conduits of raw magic. You have yet to play this game. Your prior fantasy knowledge comes mostly from Dungeons and Dragons. A lot of the critters in this game are historical, or historically based. Mommy, my teddy bear has spawned cat horrors under the bed again. Yep. Awaken Jotun Draugr. Brood of Garm. Summon Dwarf of the Four Directions is still here. And it's a little bit cheaper, I think. Oh, hold on, guys. Guys, there's a spell we need. Where is it? Where is it? There's a spell we need to find. There's Tartarian Gate. That's always fun. Awaken Draugr is cute. Hold on, there's a spell we gotta find. Where is it? I believe it is Death Astral. Or is it Astral Death? No! Guys, Ether Gate still costs 90 gems. God damn it. Still, Conjuration 2 is definitely something we're interested in. Ethergate, my beloved. Oh, sorry, it is, Oh, it's, Conjuration 4 that has Nest of Salamanders. Call Eater of the Dead. Bro, what are these spell names? Oh, Eaters of the Dead are... Wait, is Eater of the Dead the one that I'm thinking of? Where is he? King of Banefires, Harvester of Sorrows. Eater of the Dead could backfire and destroy games. There he is, Call Eater of the Dead. The Death Mage uses ancient and unholy rituals to call forth the Eater of Dead, a dreadful being once banished to the void by the previous Pantocrator. So this calls forth a horror of dead bodies that eats corpses and grows indefinitely until it breaks from your control and begins devouring the world. Runa, welcome aboard! How are you doing? Have a shout out. Hey, how come your sound didn't play? Hold on. There.
I'm no ordinary
There it is.
goblin!
Can't have Runa's shout out without that. Just starting out? Yes, Runa, I'm playing as Muspelheim, the Sons of Seta. So do the summon spells and create undead constructs make permanent guys? Alright, so there's 2 types of spells in Dominions. There are rituals, and then there are combat spells. Rituals are performed out of combat, and they usually have some sort of effect for, in the case of summoning, you create permanent units by doing the ritual. And then there are in-combat summoning spells that can be cast. They're defined by this little pentagram symbol. So, we can summon a lesser fire elemental directly into combat for 1 fire gem. But, if we want, we can bind a scorpion beast outside of combat, and it's permanently ours. And so on and so forth. Eater of the Dead is Eater of the Dead is not a national spell. At all. Summoning can be a bit of a trap in this game because a lot of the things you can summon are just not very good.
Your best bet is usually to go over to Conjuration. I mean, the lesser elementals are fine, but you go down to Conj 5, and that's when you get the big elementals. And they are fantastic to summon in battle. National spells, by the way, are the spells that are in blue. So this is a spell that is exclusively available to my faction, Awaken Jotun Draugr. I think this is technically available to all... it's available to Niflheim and Vetiheim as well. Awaken Jotun Draugr. Jotun Draugr is interesting. Undead Giant. Yep. Sloth of Bears. There's a bunch of races that get access to Sloth of Bears, but not everyone have it. One of my favorite spells that you can get is Summon Dwarf of the Four Corners. In every cardinal direction the sky and the earth meet, in each of these places there is a dwarf of vast powers holding the dome of the sky in place. Should any of these dwarves be tricked into leaving their task, the world would start to collapse, and storms would ravage the world. It is believed that wicked giants and Seathberenders would try to see the end of the world by removing these dwarves from their eternal task. The dwarves are immortal, and should one be slain, he would probably resume his task of holding up the sky. So you get a powerful caster, but you also start ending the world. Yeah, we don't get to cast the Illwinter, because we are the Sons of Sete, rather than the Rimtesa. So we definitely want, I think, a little bit of Conjuration. Yeah, we need Conjuration 3. Hello, little dwarf. Want to mold circle? Very tasty. A mold circle. So, Runa, here is our nation of Muspelheim. Let's just take a look at the units real quick. We have the Muspeljarls. Muspeljarls are the oldest and most powerful of the Muspel giants. From their halls of blackened iron they rule the valley of fire and ash, guided by the wisdom of the Muspelgigyas. The Muspeljarls are powerful wielders of fire magic, but they also have some skill in death and air. Sophie, welcome aboard! Have a shout out. How are you doing? Mori, welcome aboard. Garich, welcome aboard. Chromedome, welcome aboard. Oh, there's so many shoutouts I need to do. Mary, how are you doing? Garich. Hello, everybody. Welcome aboard. Just a good Ulm spell, Elemental Dampening. Oh, Eason is also here. Eason gets a shout out.
They have seen the error of their ways.
Oh, thank you for the follow. Mock Grim. Hope you enjoy your stay. Some of my sounds are not working on StreamerBot, and I'm not sure why. I'll have to... It says everything is connected up. Oh, well. Well, cold, but... Well, oh, it has been very cold today. How's your conquest going? Mori, I have not even finished the first, I've not even finished my first turn. We've been looking at some of the new stuff. Dominions has vampires. Yes, yes it does. Tahanto, welcome aboard. Eason would like something from the Arcane Bestiary. Yeah, I'm going to reread some of these units for the Arcane Bestiary since you all just got here. So our basic mage is the Muspeldotir from Muspelheim. The Muspeldotir is a Jotun sorceress with skin like charcoal and eyes like burning embers. They are the descendants of the Muspel giants and follow another tradition than the Gyjas of the Frozen Lands. They have only rudimentary skills in Seath, but they can channel the fiery power of Muspelheim.
While the oldest and mightiest of the Muspelgijas rarely leave Muspelheim, the Muspeldotirs serve their lords as envoys and counselors to the Jotun Jarls of the frozen lands. As carriers of their master's will, their influence has gradually come to outgrow that of the Jotun Gijas. Yeah, it was, I think the lowest it was today was -17. It's warmed up a little bit. It's only like -9 right now, I think. Did we finish reading the Muspel Jarl description? Yeah, the Muspel Jarls are the oldest and most powerful of the Muspel giants. From their halls of blackened iron, they rule the Valley of Fire and Ash, guided by the wisdom of the Muspel Gijas. The Muspel Jarls are powerful wielders of fire magic, but they also have some skills in death and air. They wield flaming blades and charged shields made in the lava forges of Muspelheim. Like all Muspel giants, they radiate heat and become stronger in warm lands. Summon False Horror is a decent spell. It's exactly freezing here today, but it's been pretty cold the last few days, so your little hole in the ground is very chilled. You're so happy that it's been like -3 at worst during the day, though at night you've gotten -7. I should reload my humidifier. That's helped keep things both warm and from completely drying out. There you go, Eason. I hope you were satisfied with the descriptions on some of these units. Runa, I don't know if you're still here. Our god is currently dormant, but I have selected the monolith, your growing to-do list. God of Muspelheim, God of Animals, the Mountain Lord, the Morning Star, Guardian of the Bridge. So you... the bridge of your to-do list. And it just has the monolith looming over it. Do you cross the bridge? Do you get something done? Oh yeah, and we need to rename our prophet. And the prophet will be... I'll do it tomorrow. So the prophet of your growing to-do list is I'll do it tomorrow. Hydromancy, don't mind if I do. Immaculate Fort makes your fort walls magic and prevents ethereal units from going through.
Kill them all.
Alright, let's actually end our turn. So, after a year, our god should wake up. In the meantime, our first Muspeldotir is Irpa, and she actually rolled an extra Path of Magic, so she is 1 fire, 1 air, 1 astral, 1 death. So, Mad Crow. I actually have cold 3 scales. But Muspelheim has the Rift of Surtur, which increases heat by up to 7. That's right. The scales don't go from -3 to +3 anymore. They go well beyond it. Hugin for the Muspeldotir. Alright. She's not a bird, but I mean, if that's what you want her named. Alright. Mori has redeemed Stretch. There we go. No, it's too late. You named her Huggin. Huggin the Muspeldotir. Do you want a very large giant lady to hug you? She's going to begin researching for me. You love environmental destruction. What is an ecosystem? Alright, so we have I'll do it tomorrow. Army setup. We're gonna add some more boys and our Muspel giant. So we can actually see exactly what is in this square of units. Our boy is not actually that good of a leader. Set battle orders. Hold and fire closest enemy. So what I want these guys to do is throw their giant javelins at people. Before anything else. And we are going to set our prophet to cast spells. Currently, our god is dormant, so blessing will do nothing, because our bless is regeneration, and that requires our god to be incarnate. So, we're going to simply do, I think, 2 sermons of courage should be enough to increase morale. And then, what do we want? The Word of Thorns. Combat spell selects one person for a little bit of damage and holds them in place. Good enough. You can't build temple unless you make profit. You have 0 sacred units or commanders. Well, I guess you better make a profit then. Tirnanog and area should be rad to play now with the magic changes. They should be full of glamour now. Alright, so my sneaky boy has moved out. He's determined that there are a lot of wolf tribe in this province, and that makes me very nervous. And there are Ko-Oni in the neighboring province, so I think we'll go fight the Oni. Can we fit another... We cannot fit another Muspel Giant because they're very expensive. Which makes me very sad. Yeah, unfortunately, this boy has 100 leadership, but he's actually not a very good leader. Like, I can't do... Okay, I can do formations. It was just... I thought it was grayed out because I couldn't do it. Never mind. So we're in a nice line formation. And let's hope we don't get our ass beat. Hello again, Kaji. How are you doing? You can't wait for your she to run around and constantly go slay while actually jabbing people. The depth of Drago is a ocean province, and we're not going to be able to touch it. I'm going to send my sneaky boy along to go see what's up. Remember, we can't go east because there's rivers blocking the way. Alright, let's not look at the results, let's just see the battle. So we have a whole line of Muspel Huskarls, along with our prophet. I'll do it tomorrow. Our Muspel Huskarls are size 6, so that's only one per tile, which is very bad. Tirtadog is one of the AI, very fun. Earwax, welcome aboard. Watching Dom6 while playing Dom6. No, that way you can Dom6 while you Dom6. Rift of Surtur increases heat by 7? Does that just means it can take... no, Cyborg. The limits of environment are no longer limited by -3 + 3. But +7 also means that if I have -3 heat scales, so 3 cold scale, it'll still be heat 3. You can enjoy the logic of other players of your game choice. Yep. You notice that they now change the side system. 10 is the max size. Correct. Normally, Muspel Giants are size 9, but I took larger in my Blessed, so they are size 10 Giants. They are the largest thing possible. And as you can see, a size 10 boy is very large compared to a size 6 boy. He is a very large lad. He's rocking 81 hit points currently. Apparently he's also a bodyguard, which is funny. Size 3 is human, yes. I didn't notice that these guys were bodyguard. Muspel giants are the primordial giants, sprung from the lava flows of Muspelheim. They are huge of stature and infused with the might of the ever-burning flames of Muspelheim. Their skin is black as charcoal, and their hair and beards burn like flames. Their bodies radiate intense heat, and anyone standing close to them might lose consciousness or catch fire. Muspel giants serve as their Jarl's personal guards, and are given magic swords made in the lava forges of Muspelheim. View active cloud effect in this heat cloud level 1. Okay, so I can see that there is heat cloud. Also, new thing on the battlefield, there are bushes. His short sword is a great sword. Yes. You actually have to take a shower before it gets too late. Alright, cleanse thyself, Ghosty. So, there is something I should note. The fire sword is only length 2, but it should say somewhere in here. Size value, bug size 1. I wonder where the information is. So in Dominions 5, if a unit was large, which I believe was size 4 or larger, their weapon actually got +1 length. Because a short sword for a giant is larger than a short sword for a not giant. So can you still cast Illwinter? Muspelheim cannot cast Illwinter. The Gijas have been sworn against it. Okay, yeah, so the fire sword is normally length 1, but because we're giant, it's length 2. Pikachu, you are very enamored with that particular plot point, we'll say. Let's see. Like they can convert gold to nature gems to temples. How to get gold. Just checking to see if I've missed anything. Alright. Where was I? Oh yes, there's actually features on the battlefield now. Such as this bush. A small shrub from the Mountains of Mist. Unfortunately, not as colorfully described as in Conquest of Elysium. A very large stone that might be in the way of advancing soldiers. Large boulder. We got a tree over here. Yep. So there are, in fact, things in the way. We've got a demon priest. And we've got a lot of little Onis. So we're casting Sermons of Courage. This is the stank aura of my giant, which set that bush on fire. Spears are being chucked. One Oni is already dead. They are not fire resistant. I don't like the fact that my Muspel giant is charging ahead. That is bad. He might die. A couple more boys are dead. Now he just one-shot another one. Now he's going to get surrounded, and that's going to be very, very bad for his prospects of living. He's got 18 protection. These boys swing for 13 blunt damage, so a lot of it's going to get absorbed. He might get chipped down, though. Okay, the giant friends are coming in. Luckily, we're hitting entire squares of Oni. The Oni is a bit of a worrying fight to open up with, because when an Oni dies, it gets replaced by a ghost of itself, which are ethereal, which is just not great for me overall. Alright, let's keep going. Hopefully their morale just breaks and they decide to leave. Luckily, we've got the magic fire sword that will help me cut through those ethereal boys.
Basic maximum hit points 34, current hit points 23, false damage. Oh, you're building up false damage. Interesting. Alright, the Onis are starting to run. A bunch of them are retreating into this boy, so he's in their way. Profuse bleeding. That is not good. I need you to not die from bleeding. How did you get profuse bleeding? I swear to God, if you bleed out, I'm going to be very unhappy. Fatigue, 134. I'm not sure how that happened. What is false damage? False damage is a new effect caused by glamour magic. Where, basically, if false damage matches your life, you die. But if you survive the battle, all the false damage is removed and you don't get any wounds or anything. Alright, Moosepel Giant survived. I was very worried for a second. Did I actually take a casualty there? Yeah, we lost 3 Huskarls, which is kind of nasty. Alright, we gained the province. It's worth 51 gold per turn. And we have a bunch of boys. So... this guy's gonna have to swap over to being a bodyguard. We're gonna put him up front, and we're just going to invade the next province. We have a second Muspel Dotter, who is going to continue the research tradition. Now I gotta choose, do I want more Muspel Huskarls, or do I want to try and get more Muspel Giant? Wait, this means that genies use glamour magic now. Yes! You'll be heading out for today, it's late, good night? Alright, Mad Crow, you take care. So this is a bit of a serious choice I have to make if I want to start stacking Muspel Giants. They're very expensive, but they're also very good. Meanwhile, you're doing your Arcocephale Oriad Seduce silliness. Alright, I can fit 2 more Huskarls and the Muspel Giant. I would like to get as many Muspel Giant as I can, or at least as reasonable. You can't travel all the way. That is unfortunate. I have a feeling like I'm gonna have a very rough expansion. Huskarls are... giants in general are actually not very good, especially against human-sized opponents. Because of attack density. So there's gonna be 3 humans in a square that all get to attack a single guy. And they may be big and tough, but they're not that big and tough. Sophie with the Hydromancy, don't mind if I do. By the way, we start with 1 defense in the province. Isn't that handy? Meanwhile, Navegder has soul scars, which give them an extra life or 2. Unless it's certain spells. The weird exception is soul slaying. Is soul slaying really a weird exception? That sounds like a pretty standard exception to me. The only unit that can tank a soul slay and keep walking. So hold on, we were going to Alteration 4, that'll get me... what does that get me? Mist form. Should probably just go up to Alteration 5 for invulnerability. And then 6 for Soul Vortex. That is a lot of specialization. We're probably going to want a little bit of construction in there as well before we go big alteration. They're a defensive unit. The extra lives are tied to Dominion in province. Or you Dom push really hard. Alright, we'll see how this goes. I'm really hesitant about my expansion. I think next turn I'm going to take the extra units that I have accumulated in the province and send them in with the Muspeldutir. And we'll go after these wolf tribes. You need aggressive Dominion, correct? Ooh, there are a lot of fights going on. Alright, so we have Red Pants Man and Brown Pants Man. Excuse me? They have a Cloud Mage? Oh, that's horrible. Wait, Hintal? Cast Mistform? My boys are all lightning vulnerable, and they have an Air Mage. That's generally pretty worrying. My Muspel Giant is not really participating here, which is aggravating. However, Red Pants Man is fleeing before me. No! Come on, kill him. Heavy infantry with mist form. That's terrifying. Alright, well, we won. Cost me another Muspel Huskarl, but only one is fine, I suppose. The Woods of Weeping. Very few lads. Andre, take a peek. That is a farm province, meaning it's going to be quite profitable to me. However, it does have heavy cavalry. What spells could she do? For the caster, skeletal body. She can't do anything for really anyone else. So she may as well cast her defensive spells. Order her to stay behind troops. I really don't want her casting spells that can friendly fire. Alright, hug and go for it. $40 Or we can get 5 more Muspel Huskarl. Did Well of Misery always increase growth? You think that's new? Probably new. Metallic Spears and Lightning Storm are bad. Yes. They heal at a certain point in the turn resolution, so they're full HP when you do your turn. But if 2 fights happen in the same army somehow, they will get damaged from the first fight and the second fight. It says increases growth by 5. And global growth by 2. Big growth. Army setup. We are right on this line. Army setup. There we go. So this guy can't be a bodyguard. He's just gonna hold and attack closest. Hold and attack closest, so we'll have 2 Muspel Giants going in. Negates Death Dominion pretty hard. Tirnanog can do Assassin expansion. That sounds cool. If time-consuming. Hold on. We have a gateway to Ulm. Oh! We can directly go underground to where we have our own personal throne. Interesting. And our Dominion has spread in here. Hold on, hold on. Income 202. 60 enemy units consisting of Cynocephalian hunters and warriors. Oh dear. We have a lot of money directly underneath us. And what is it? Income 100. There's 300 income right here. Meanwhile, what are we getting from here? Income 55. Income 55. Maybe we just want to come back to Muspelheim and go underground where there's actual money to be had. Okay, I'm a little worried about this fight. Let's see how it goes. Doing the Sermons of Courage. There's lots of barbarian tribesmen. So how is this gonna go? Our Muspel Giants should blender them with the AoE strikes. Oh dear. Oh god, this Muspel Giant just got cut in half. Okay, they broke in morale. My Muspel Giants do not have their regeneration yet, so and they're very expensive. So I always kind of fear for their health. So this guy still has 81 hit points. This guy's down to 39, so he's been cut in half. His shield has been damaged. By the way, look at the difference in size here. Agartha starting in cave sounds kind of nice. Yeah, with 39 damage fire swords, these guys only survive by not getting hit. Oh! There's an animated bush here. It's fire vulnerable, so it's not gonna like me very much. It's because they have a shaman over here. This guy is fatigued out. And he woke up and he's running. So this province was worth 61 gold per turn. The Balban-Shi commander units aren't as scary in the manner you typically picture assassin units, which is the M.A. Machaca assassins, who are very nasty. Like, the last time I really worked with assassins a lot, I was trying to make a, make the Jabalban, Teotl of Night work. Gentleman Skeleton, welcome aboard. How are you doing today? Okay, so, units. There we go. Starting to build the boys up. we're immediately going to start site searching. Search magic sites auto. Oh, thank the Lord. Thank the Lord. Auto searching. Oh, yes. Oh, I don't have to micromanage my site searching anymore. Oh, praise Illwinter. Let's get rid of these spells and just set our girl to auto-retreat if any trouble shows up. Auto-site search, my beloved. Wait, what? Yes! Our mages can automatically search for magic sites now. It's wonderful. M.A. Machaka assassin units have Bane Blades by default. Oh, who was that? Angel, thank you for the follow. Hope you're having fun. You have been really well, thank you for asking. Also, you have been having a lot of fun playing Dom6 today, but you needed to take a break. How have you and chat been? Chrome Dome, thank you for the gift sub to Varomnis. And where is my sound notification? There should be a sound notification. Hold on. Behold the wizard. There we go. Yeah, StreamerBot's being a little odd. I'm not sure why StreamerBot is being very odd with me today, but thank you for the gift sub. And Tirnanog is in my ocean. This is disgusting. And I hate it. How is Tirnanog in my ocean? This is very worrying. Alright, well, we can get another Moosepil Giant and some boys. I'm not investing in any province defense right now. Hopefully we can get our hands on this farm. Actually, I need to reconsider how I have my boys set up. I do not want my Moosepil Giants eating Night Lances. So we're gonna put the Spear Boys up ahead. And make sure my Prophet doesn't eat some Night Spears either. Proclamation from and Arcocephale, and we have found the tar pits. An unexpected event in Muspelheim. Ill omen. 2 units have been cursed. Increased misfortune and unrest. That's very bad. Someone like you with common random events, you got wrecked the instant you neglect province defense. You can only imagine Tirnanog went with a pretender who can go underwater. Oh, hold on. So we can actually now check out Heavy Cavalry and Warhorse. The Warhorse has a hoof attack. I think it's funny that the horses keep fighting. Oh, now the morale is broken. Morale 10. Morale 11. Diseased. Alright, the big boys have engaged. I'm not noticing the AoE fire from the fire swords. Heat power. +1 heat.
So heat's giving us extra attack. Do we benefit from protection from heat power? No, we don't. They're starting to catch fire from being in the presence of our Muspel giants. Overall, our giants... Oh, this giant just ate a nasty crit. He now has a limp and battle fright. But overall, I'd say my boys are actually hanging on pretty decently. More profuse bleeding on this boy. I still like the size difference here. A size 6 is standing about twice as tall as a size 3. Then the size 10 are just monsters. Let's see. Or they're just getting really lucky with Merman. Or it's just keep on fighting. Might be the best gameplay feature of all time. It is pretty good. Does it have AoE? Usually the attack has an asterisk or two. As soon as you get reject, they're pretty wrecked. Yeah. Oddly enough, it's not saying here that there's anything going on, but I believe I saw it earlier on. Oh, hold on. It could be because these are regular Muspel giants that they don't get the AoE. Hold on, I gotta check something now. So we did win 81 income province. Fire Sword does not do anything. Muspel Jarl. There it is. Okay, so the Muspel Jarls have the AoE blades, not the regular giants. Duly noted. $700 gold for one of these boys. That's going to be very difficult for me to save up for. As soon as you get that regen, they're pretty wrecked. So, hold on. There's a cave province down here with, well, mainly cavemen. I know, big shock. So this province has about 100 Cynocephalians. So this may be a very profitable province, but I'm gonna have to bring the boys if I want to take it. $30 cavemen. We could probably take 30 cavemen. I want to know how profitable that cave is going to be. Alright, let's go pick a fight with the cavemen. And we got the tar pits for extra fire income. We're up to +4 fire per turn. I could potentially start searching with my death tube, but I'd like to just get more research. Heidir here is one of the units that got cursed by that event. Starting to build up some boys. So many profits. Did you grab the throne? Oh, hell no, I haven't grabbed the throne yet. One, I don't know what's on the throne, and two, I have to go through 100 Cynocephalians. Now, none of them look like Gog Reavers, but we've already established that the Cynocephalians are pretty tough.
I'm gonna dip into this cave to fight the cavemen. There's a bridge here. So after we fight the cavemen, we'll come back out and we'll probably go through, Venna, the Woods of Weeping, and White Forest. In fact, I'm gonna throw some boys onto this girl. And she needs to get those troops to the front line. Oh, she can move very fast, so she's gonna research for a turn. Let's see how we do against cavemen. Uh-oh. Agartha just took the Woods of Weeping. That does not make me happy. I'll do it tomorrow's brave deeds and iron will. His iron dedication to doing it tomorrow. That is quite a few giants. Or not giants, cavemen, and they do hit very hard. This is a bit scary. Oh dear. Guys, I need you to get in there and help my giants out. My giants are gonna get clubbed to death if I'm unlucky here. Oh god. Yeah, he's already... Yep, my Muspel giants just got deleted by cavemen. Yeah, I just lost 300 gold. Oh, that sucks. Let's leave the expensive giant behind for now till we can build up a couple more of them. So we are down here now. Air shaft, +1 air gem per turn. Fantastic. Army consists of Zots and Ko-Oni. Alright, so we know that there are Agarthans nearby. I'm not too happy about that. Let's go ahead and fight these Zots while we're down here. Cavemen big strong, unlike dumb giants. I mean, they still got wrecked. I just didn't have enough giants, so they got surrounded. $37 gold per turn. That's not a lot. She's auto-searching as the Lord intended. Research is coming along reasonably. How am I supposed to save the money to get a Muspeliadel? I guess we only recruit 2 Huskarls per turn. I think that's the only way I can get it done in a reasonable time frame. The last thing that the Giants heard were Ooga Boonga. Yep. Andre was discovered. Rip Andre. Yeah, the bats did not appreciate getting landed on. And then we just got some skellies to deal with. Because there is a Kamazots back here. Luckily, my prophet is handling the skellies pretty handily. So how much is this province worth? 38 per turn. And this throne has another 200 Cynocephalians on it, which is pretty rough. Let's go fight troglodytes. How are our boys doing? We only have 13 lads versus 30 troglodytes. I think we need to leave and pick up some reinforcements. Can we...
Okay, so we have to move into this province and then move there. That's gonna cost me a lot of time on movement. I guess I can send her underground and have her search the underground provinces. Treasury slowly building. I need to get at least one Muspelliadel online. $700 gold, boy. That is expensive. An unexpected... A mage happened to mistake one elixir for another. Verdandi the Muspel daughter was wounded. Verdandi, no! Alright, she's fine. She doesn't even have a lasting wound. Next turn, we'll be able to start recruitment of a Muspelliadel. There we go. Now we have 24 boys. We could try fighting some Ko-Oni. I'm not terribly interested in doing that, though. Honestly, I think we just leave. It'll be a while before we can fight those Cynocephalians. What is with these names? The Underworld, the Lightless Cavern, Smotherdark, Underdark. Shem. Bye, Kieran. Welcome aboard. How you doing today? Mile Deep. The Cavern of Tog. Palia. The Cathedral of Rock. You can go ahead and auto-site search for me. Hold on, if I knock these guys off, I have exactly enough money to start recruiting a Muspelliadel. There we go, and we can even get a bunch more Huscattel. You ever been to Palia? Lots of pale people. Zudo, welcome aboard. How you doing today? And SGS guy, welcome aboard. How goes Dom6? Dom6 goes well. We're just starting out. You prefer Pela. And Zudo would like to name someone Holuu. I suppose that can occur. The cold is unusually harsh this winter. +1 cold scale. I mean, that's fine. But it is all Pavos. So who's gonna get named? You know what? Vardandi is the one that got injured. So we're gonna name her Holuu. And we'll go ahead and take this province. I'm very tempted to pick a fight with Agartha. Just because they're in my vicinity and I don't like that. Our first Muspel Jarl will be up. We're gonna get him a couple bodyguards. Honestly, I can get him a bunch of bodyguards. I'm not sure how wise it is for me to get him these bodyguards, though. As long as they're all regenerating, it should be fine. Look at that, I can get 3 Moosebill giants. Holuwu will have a peaceful life researching. Except for the occasional lab accident. Hold on, what stage of winter are we in? I would like to move up, but it might actually be more prudent of me to get across this damn river while I still can. Yeah, I should definitely cross this river while I still can. 130 Jaguar. There's a lot of Jaguar tribe here that need to be dealt with. There is a bridge here, so I could backtrack. Never mind, we're going to take this province because that's more income immediately. And when we get our Muspelliadel, he'll take all the troops that I've been accumulating and go fight the Jaguar tribe. You have yet to find out how to know what turn number the game is in 6. See this? See this icon up at the top left corner? Mouse over it. Winter of Year 0 of the Ascension Wars, turn 10. That is how you know. How is our research coming along? We're almost at Alteration 4. It'll be a little while longer. You're trying that one in the upper right corner. Yeah, the end turn button. I feel like the end turn button should tell you what the current turn is. Alright, let's see the Battle of Vienna. Well, that is not a good place for you to be, my boy. Alright, Giants are performing admirably. This place is worth 100 gold per turn. Fantastic. Oh, part of me really wants to take the Woods of Weeping right now. Do you like the UI more in Dom 5 or 6? I'm still getting used to the Dom 6 UI. It is a lot cleaner. I'll give it that. The one thing that has been messing me up so far is when you go into the control here, it has reversed your right-clicking to place these boys now, and left-clicking to select, which I know is the standard for most games, but I had gotten used to the other way around. Alright, we have our very first Muspelliadel. And another one is on the way. They are going to be his personal bodyguards. Hold and attack closest enemy. Okay, our boy. What did he get? Fire 3, Air 1, Death 2. That's not great. I would have preferred to get Air 2. Bolethorn, the Muspelliadel. There should be a setting to change it. They changed the left-click, right-click around on the army setup screen, and it's tweaking your... Yeah, Xanadu, I know that feeling. So, what do we want? We obviously want skeletal body. Air shield. Blessing. I mean, technically we want to open up with Bless. Our god isn't awake just yet. Blessing, area of effect 5. +1 for every level the caster is. We are Holy 2, so that's area of effect 6. We've got 4 boys. You don't need Blessing, because we're going to be traveling with the Prophet. Skeletal body, air shield. Funny enough, Immolation might actually be a good spell. That's 12 plus fire damage. All of my boys have 15 fire resistance. What if we attack for 2 turns after casting the spells, and then we cast Immolation? I want to see if we can get a casting of Immolation off. What if we just explode on the enemy? Alright, let's go. Next turn. Next turn, the Jaguar tribe are in for a very bad time. Do I want to start... Gee, hold on now. Get rid of those. I need more Muspel Daughters. I'm actually more interested in getting Muspel Jarls than Muspel Giants. And you. Let's get a Divine Blessing in here. You absolutely love that you can now click on different units and commanders in the army setup screen. You could do that before. You could do that before. The dormant pretender gods are awakening, just not mine. Ooh, you have 2 air. Okay, Hugin, you come home. Thrudir is gonna do some auto-site searching, because she has double air. Yeah, it was a little bit more finicky, but you could do it. Next turn, we'll have Alteration 4, which means Mist Form will be on the table. Of course, our one Muspel Giant here is not going to be able to take advantage of it, because he's actually kind of crap. He had the bad stats, as they say. Let's get another Muspel Giant. Ah! The entire nation rejoices. Your growing to-do list, God of Muspelheim, has awakened. Which means regeneration is now on the table. Alright, these units were incorrectly placed. That's my bad. See, look, my Muspel Jarl is not wearing his hat, and his sword is more on fire than the other ones. Yeah, I want to see if we get to immolate them. Air shield. Salmon of courage. So we do have regeneration, 10%. He's attacking. I really want to see him cast Immolation. He's... Oh, wait, no, that's Combustion. I don't want you to cast Combustion. Nah, he didn't cast Immolation for some reason. Not enough fire? Add more fire. Also, there can be underwater caves. I blame Agartha for that. So yeah, sadly, I don't know how to get him to cast Immolation. He's scripted to cast Immolation and he refused to do it. So I really don't know what the game wants from me in order to actually cast it. Since the Fire Giants are new nation Dom6, you wonder how a war between Abyssia and the new Fire Giants would look like. Probably pretty brutal. Holding fire closest. Yeah, he refused to cast Immolation. And unfortunately, he cannot cast Mistform. Because he's not good enough. He can't even do personal Mistform. Which is really annoying. Lacerating Winds is pretty nice. Yeah, he did not roll what he needed. And we would have to give him gems. Got a one province underwater cave directly connected to Phlegra. Yeah, we don't have the skills for that, sadly. And there it is. There's our boy. Your growing to-do list. Who is going to vastly boost my research output. Oh, look at this. Oh, saddles and bardings are now a magic item. There are currently no yearning artifacts. We'll still be able to do crystal shields, which will be a big deal. And a slot for ranged weapons is nice, yes. Is the range for it weird or something? You always find it hard to get your guys to cast Immolation. Conditions have to be favorable. It's really annoying because what is the point of scripting if they're not going to obey my script? The thing about Immolation that is kinda off is that it is area of effect 7 around the caster. It's Pelagia, the underwater nation. Oh, okay, I see. But yeah, so the game is just being very finicky about what it wants to actually cast. So the caster has to be next to the enemy, basically, yes. But he has to be next to the enemy at the exact right time, and I guess have combat caster, because if he's in melee, he won't do it. Because Immolation would be really good if I could get him in there,
but he doesn't seem to want to do it. Move towards a random enemy and attack for 1 combat round. Let's just keep this immolation thing going, see if we can get it to work. They always call the obelisk pretender god Dwayne. No reason whatsoever. I'm rather fond of your growing to-do list. Just everything you need to do is etched on that thing, and it just keeps going. Why are you defending? You should be searching for magic sites in the Smotherdark. Also, I should consider a fort up here. So I can start getting more Jotun out. Get a regular commander. We'll build a fort. We'll need to get a lab onto it. And then your prophet goes, I'll do that tomorrow. Correct.
Hooby-chan, welcome aboard. How you doing today? Good evening, oh magical one. Good evening, good lich.
How you doing, Hoobers? An unexpected event. +1 water gem. Sure. A new famous hero. Bolethorn's brave deeds and his valor are told by bards. Okay. We found a rune of air. Excellent. Your growing to-do list. Guardian of the Bridge has sensed the location of 4 previously undiscovered thrones. Interesting. Call it Fort Procrastination. Alright, let's see how this goes. It is the March of the Red Pants Men. Divine Blessing. Is Immolation gonna get cast? Nope. Alright, so it is impossible to cast Immolation other than by mistake. Which is really annoying. Oh yeah, do you see where the thrones are? Yes. May you link a YouTube link? Go for it. I don't think I have it disabled. Wait, can I... Is special permissions a thing? I can click on you. No. Don't want to manage suspicious user. Yeah, you can always just throw it in the Discord. That's the best way to do it. Let's see, are you going to throw it in there? I'll have my eye on. Think you'll do that? Alright. So, the Rune of Air boosts air ritual range by 2 provinces. That is not gems. Might be cool, though. Okay, you've done all the site searching you can. Time to get you out of the underground. Oh, we are definitely gonna have to declare war on Agartha.
Kamazots. Death mages that have a chance of being earth and blood. Not sure if it's worth it. It's funny to see capital as the sole warm place. And we got another boy who is not heir to. That makes me very sad. You there. 1,000 gold for a palisade. That is much more expensive than previously. Oh, shades in this province. There's a farm with a throne on it. Florian. Well, we're just gonna grab all of the troops, and we're gonna go take Florian. Okay, what are you gonna do? Not a lot you can do currently. The palisade bubble is bursting. Prices are out of control. Wait, summon storm power? During a storm. I appreciate that summon storm power is a little cheaper, but you still need storm up. Alright, air shield, skeletal body, and attack. You know what? These guys are going to be hold and attack rearmost. It is still cold out here, thanks to my Dominion, so he'll just go down this way, and then attack in here. Alright, I guess another fort is not going to be on the menu for quite some time. Because it is rather expensive. Read the Province Chronicle. Conquered by Muspelheim. The Tears of the Pantocrator. Divine Ocean. Alright, let's get these guys moving. Do I want another Muspel? Or maybe I should think about getting a Muspel Gigia. I would like to get at least one Muspel Giant with 2 air. And then I'll get a Muspel Gigia and send her out site searching. We'll finally have access to a little bit of glamour on her as well. You know what? I'm gonna pump out a pair of Muspel Gigas before I get another Muspel Yaddle. And that ensures I have some money to spend next turn. Bone Tribe Beast Hunters. That's actually kind of scary. I do not want to deal with that. Maybe I'll just hold off for now and focus on picking up more troops, because we gotta go fight those Cynocephalians. And we're gonna need a lot of boys for that. Because the Cynocephalians are kind of scary. Star of Heroes gained. Oh, hell yes. And a lab gained. A hidden laboratory has been found. Well. Was there anything I can actually build here? No. Of course not. Now, if it had showed up... Demon priests are technically on the table. I would actually really like to get these Wolf Tribe Shaman. Because that's access to nature magic. Yeah, only one glamour. Let me see if I can get a 2 glamour girl. Tapestry of Dreams. The caster conjures the dreams and memories of a distant land and weaves them into a tapestry that reveals what transpires in the province. Alright, it's a scribe. Pendant of Courage, +5 morale. Affects the mount, too. Ring of Tamed Lightning, shock resist 15. Okay. And the Ring of Fire. Are there any really nice magic items that I can make yet? No. What do you mean I cannot forge this item? Oh, it's because I have no astral. Or earth. Yeah, my god really can't do much. Guess we'll go up to construction 3. 4? I don't need construction 4 right now. Johnny Cash after the night of Mexican food. Was there anything under enchantment? I'm just double checking. Personal flight for the flying boys. Does ignite arrows work on the throwing spears? Because that might be good. Fire shield under enchantment might be good. So what do we got in here? 290 units consisting of light infantry, Ichtiid warriors, and archers. I think these boys should be able to deal with that. Also grays out if you don't have enough gems. Makes you a little confused sometimes. Yeah, it took me a little while to register. Fire shield in your Heat Death of the Universe domain, sure. Unfortunately, I actually have the Cold Dominion, and that's, backfiring on me a little bit. I'm gonna go ahead and have this girl build a lab, and I'm even gonna risk building a naked temple. Here, I'll put a little bit of, protection on the province, because I would like to get access to those nature mages. And then, I'll have no choice. I'm gonna need a hearse. I don't really need the goad. I'll get 2 hearse just because it's efficient with commander points. Early age got you feeling perma-broke. Especially when Palisades cost 1,000 gold now. And a tribe of agitated troglodytes attacked. God damn it. Lost Canyon Range, that also went down with no problem. Alright, Hilder's gonna... Gunlaug. Alright, Gunlaug. You are going to take the boys. You are going to... We're going to bless twice, just to make sure that the bless gets hit. And then cast spells. And we gotta go take my territory back. That was almost 100 gold per turn. Oh, we found Arcocephale. Gotta do some gold transmuting. Maybe. 95 gold per turn here for some red pants. I should have grabbed this territory so Arco doesn't get it, and it's probably worth money. And then we'll consolidate on that throne. We're at the 3-hour mark. I'm not going to end the stream or anything, but I am going to take a 10-15 minute break. Because I am out of beverage. I need to reload and do all that. So I'll be back in a little bit. Grab yourself some fresh drinks or visit the porcelain altar if you need it. I'll be back in a little bit. You mogweg Wi-Fi Dizao. You mogweg Wi-Fi Dizao. Hello, everybody. I'm back. You are summoned. Excellent. Got myself a nice glass of water. Yeah, we need to retake this province back from the troglodytes, who are an ever-present threat. So, who do you think is gonna war on me first, Arcocephale or Agartha? We have some money in the treasury. Maybe I just save for a fort on this throne. An unexpected... Tax collection went unexpectedly well, plus 519 gold. Well, don't mind if I do. Sigthrig's brave deeds and heroic battle prowess are told by bards and storytellers. Fantastic. Yeah, these are my rear attackers, and they're gonna go right for the enemy mages. Are my boys regenerating? They're not regenerating. I did not script them correctly. Are you okay, buddy? You're limp. Okay. Not great. I mean, a win's a win, but... Ooh, that is a lot of cav. Heavy cavalry from Andrase. Oh yeah, they're doing a number on my Huskarls. Regenchen, welcome aboard. How are you doing? These boys only have 10 hit points on the rider. That was a number of high casualty battles. 7 Huskarls. Remember, they're 40 gold apiece. There we go. We're just gonna scoop up all of this territory before Arcocephale can do anything about it. Okay, you go back to auto site searching. You can use all that extra money to build me a temple. Auld, of course, does not have the paths that I wanted. So we're just gonna get another one until I get the paths that I want, and then we'll go back to making Muspelliarls. Oh, we're already at construction 3. Do we go construction 5? Or do we perhaps go... Nest of Salamanders is probably really good. There we go, and Jars of Fire are going to be available. So I think what I actually do for research is we want Conjuration 4. Do we just make the jump to Conjuration 5? Get access to fire elementals. I mean, we've got all of the fire in the world. Ghost Grip, Corpse Candle. Or now we finally get up to Alteration 6 for that Soul Vortex. Auto site searching? Is this real? Yes, Regensham. It exists now. And it is wonderful. Alright. We need to start kitting out our muspeliados. Also, owl quills. Start forging those every month. Chi shoes. Add an extra attack for our muspeliadal. Might not be a bad idea. The silent boots. No, thank you. Dark vision. That's going to help me underground. So we definitely want to make fire hats. Champion skull. We don't really want the XP. Extra 4 attack skill would help towards the whole murder. Reminds you of when you discovered Auto Patrol for Rebels button in EU4. What else can we get? The fire plate. It's definitely better protection. Plus 4 hit points on lightweight scale mail. Interesting! We have more items that add hit points. That is a very interesting thing to find. We're not so keen on extra weapons right now. Gossamer Gown, plus 2 hit points and Awe? Oh my. Awe and extra hit points on a chest piece. Do you want better, Regin? There's a button for auto-sieging. That gown is kinda juicy. Yeah, Awe is not something that is too common. Mirror armor is now glamour. Plus 4 hit points, plus 3 I like that more armor is giving extra hit points.